Here's a fish. There's another one. Pulling pretty good. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Dylan with In-Depth Angling. I'm out here on Lake of the Ozarks today, kayak fishing again, and I know you guys have been liking a lot of those videos, so I decided to do a couple more for you this year throughout the spring. I'm dealing with a little bit of a light breeze today. We just had a little bit of a front move through, but I have really good news. The water is heating up finally. After about 4 months of it being in the 30s and 40s, we're now starting to get it up into the lower 50s, and those fish are moving up shallow to get ready to go spawn. So whether it's crappie or bass, they're both moving up and getting ready to either stage just outside of a spawning location, or they're moving up to their spawning locations, because we're starting to get into that point where in a couple weeks we're going to have a full moon and some of those fish are going to be on beds by that point. So really hoping to get into some of that today. Maybe we'll see some fish on beds. I don't think we're going to see a lot of that. It's pretty early for that still, but we might see a little bit of it today. We're going to go out there and see what we can find, and hopefully we can get some fish. I like the way this big rock transition here, where there's some chunk rock, comes into a pocket, and there's some gravel here. I'll have to remember that for when those crappie are up here spawning. There's a fish. Fish on. Ate the wiggle wart. Pulling pretty good. Yeah, it's a bass. Nice. Oh, barely hooked in the nose. Barely hooked in the nose. Wow. Absolutely barely skin hooked right there. First fish of the day. Came off this main section of the lake here. A little largemouth. A nice little 14-inch largemouth right there. Caught on a little red wiggle wart. There's a fish. Oh, whoa. What do I have here? Oh, it's a dang drum. Gosh darn it. I paused my bait, let it rise up as I was going to paddle, and this thing ate. I didn't mean for it to. This is not my target species today. This thing's extremely skinny. Holy cow. Wow. Weird fish. We're gonna get back in the water. Thanks for the fight. I don't think I have my camera on, but this thing hit it right at the boat. Little white bass. Hit the square bill. There we go. Little guy will get her back. See you, buddy. 3 fish, 3 different species so far. Largemouth, white bass, and a drum. Bet before the day's over we find some crappie too. There's a fish. Hooked up right on the point. It's not a huge fish, but aggressive little guy. Hooked in top lip. Show you guys this little fish here. Nice little spotted bass. Jawline does not extend beyond the eye, and the back fins are really well connected, and cheek scales are smaller than the rest of the body scales on it. Those are the key characteristics of them. That's what separates them. The color on the fish doesn't really mean anything between largemouth and spotted bass. They can kind of have different patterns between the two of them. Getting a little bit fat and fed up. Either feeding up really good or getting some eggs in her. So we're gonna get her back in the water here so she can go spawn later. Oh, I'm feeling rock all the way over there. I mean, I'm probably 15 feet off the bank, and this point's fairly flat. That's exactly what you want to do though. When you got these wiggle warts like this, you want to be making contact with the bottom. I think there's a lure in that tree. Looks like a jig. Like a really old jig. It's been hanging here all winter. Yeah, it is. I don't know if it's any good. It's a nice bass jig. The hook's still good on it. So that's pretty cool. trailer's even still good on it. Green pumpkin color. Stuck in that tree. So that was worth coming back here in and of itself. Probably $4 or $5 jig. Here's a fish. First crappie of the day. It's a keeper. Nice fish. We'll get it back in the water. There's another one. Nice crappie. Okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna keep some. I don't think that there's a reason for me to not keep a couple crappie here. Perfect bank for them with that tree here too. Nice crappie. Three in a row. Oh, found him. Found a good school right there. It's another 10, we'll keep her. That's awesome. Another fourth one off the same pile. Gotta love the crappie spawn. Gotta love the crappie spawn. It's about another 11 or 12 incher right there, so add it to the collection. The dinner pile. Seem to all be right on that side of the tree here towards me. There he is. That's a better one. Or at least hit hard. Nice, another keeper. Beautiful healthy white crappie out of the lake. There's another boat that's up there shooting docks, and they're probably going to catch a few fish doing that, but I think a lot of these fish, because the water temperature is moving up, they're moving up. And as you can see, this pea gravel bank is like perfect for those crappie to spawn on. And any kind of wood structure you can find on a pea gravel bank that's fairly flat in the back of a cove like this, especially if when there's running water in the back like this one has, is absolutely perfect for these crappie to go and spawn in. There he is. Crappie right on that wooden structure. As soon as I got to the next pile, there's one. Awesome fish. I love catching them when they're out here in the open like this too. It's a lot more fun when you're able to cast out and catch them than just drop your jig down and catch them vertically. I think it's a little bit more of a fight for the fish, and for you, you get a little more enjoyment out of it. So that's awesome. We're gonna keep fishing around here for a little bit and catch a few more crappie and then continue on with our bass massacre for the rest of the day. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the stringer. 5 on the stringer. Let that first one go because I didn't really know if I wanted to keep fish. Thought it might have only been one here. My next cast was another fish, so I was like, oh, I might as well. Hey, little crappie right there. Hey, she's not gonna make the dinner list. I don't think she's a keeper. Gotta let her go back in the water here. See you, buddy. There's a crappie. That one will make it. That's a keeper. Just finding laydowns in the back of a cove. It's April and the spawn's right around the corner. They're not quite full go at it, but they're in their locations right now. Or a few of them are moving in there. This one's a 10.5. Need to bring a little anchor out here next time. or something just to fight this wind, stay in one spot a little easier. So I'm not having to stop and paddle and get blown back about 20 feet after I cast one time. There's a fish right next to the kayak. I bet it's probably about a 10-inch crappie by looking at it. Crush that chartreuse jig. Yep, right at 10. Right at 10. Fish number 7 going on a stringer. There's a fish right on the fall. Wow, it's actually a better one too. Probably an 11 or 12-inch crappie there. Nice slab. It's a nice slab crappie. As soon as I dropped that down off of that branch, it was there. There it came unhooked. Yep, right at 11. Wind died for just a second. I'm sure it'll be back. Alright guys, gonna go back into bass fishing here for a little bit. Fish the rest of this bank out here with a crankbait. Oh my goodness. You guys are not gonna believe what I just looked over and found on the bank. That's awesome. Let's see if I can get to it. There's a wiggle wart right there. Come here. It's a blue with an orange belly and black back. Don't have that color yet. There we go. Got her now. Nice. Check that out, guys. The wiggle wart's in really good shape too. So I've got a jig out of this cove and I got a wiggle wart. Hey, there's a fish. Right on the point. It's another spot, maybe. Oh yeah, that's definitely a spot. Nice fish. I fished that whole bank on that cove right there and didn't get anything until I got out here to the point again, so I think we better try to stick out here to the main stuff. This is a 12-inch spotted bass. I'll get her right back in the water here so she can go back and spawn. See ya, buddy. There's a fish. Oh, that came off. Oh, it came off, I think. Yeah, it did. Oh, no, it didn't. It's swimming at me. It's a white bass. Nice. It's a 12-incher. 12-inch white bass. I'm actually going to throw them on a stringer here with the rest of the crappie because I am keeping fish, so. Alright guys, gonna crappie fish this dock here. I just found some brush piles up here on the bank further up ahead of me. There we go. Took a few casts, but I got one finally. Gonna let her go, she's not quite big enough. Just found these brush piles back here. There's another bite, there's a bluegill. You can always tell it's a bluegill when they peck it like 7 times really fast. Crappie's just usually a big hit. Like that. Again, not the size I'm looking after, but it's another fish, nonetheless. Get her back down. There's one. That one might actually keep. Looks a little thicker. A little better build on him. Let's see here. Shallow water crappies behind the dock. That's a 10. We'll take it. Some of the crappie I was catching earlier were back in the creek arm of that cove where there's a bunch of pea gravel. This is the outside part of a cove here. And there's a just a lot of brush, and it's a good staging spot for them to move into the creek. So there's fish in both stages right now. Goes to show you that not all these fish will spawn at the same time. There'll be another wave that moves up here within the next few weeks, while other ones are in the full peak of their spawn. There's another one right there. Littler guy. See you, buddy. Man, they're thick right in that one spot. It's another one. I think I've already caught 4 or 5 fish since being right here on the backside of the dock. To being a little bit of a warmer day like this, they're moving up. This guy's right at borderline 9. I'm gonna let him go still. Don't like keeping them right at that little size that they are. There's one. A little better. That's a keeper. You gotta measure on it. Pretty confident it's gonna be about 10 inches. Nice slab crappie there. It is 10.5. Nice. This one's my 10th crappie. It is my 11th fish total because I got that one white bass on here as well. This is all new water to me today. I kind of kayaked out here pretty far. I'm maybe 2 miles away from where I started. There's a fish. Just slow and steady reeling in with the little chartreuse jigs, killing it. I've had the same chartreuse jig on to catch all these crappie today. Same crankbait on to catch all those other fish I had on today as well, except for that one white bass that came on a square bill. This guy's a little small for what I want to keep, so let him go, let him grow. There's a better one. Pull and drag. Had a good bit of leverage on me there. So I'll pretty much have been white crappie today too. I don't think I've even got any black crappie in that stringer there. This one's another 10. So we'll add them on. Crappie number 11. Nope. There's a good thump. It's a good thump because he choked it. It's all the way down his throat. There we go, got her unhooked. Get her back in the water. You're not big enough to keep. There we go. Nice crappie. That's about 11-inch slab crappie right there. Very nice. It's a very nice fish. You can tell they've been feeding up really good. Nice and fat. Yep, right at 11. Louder to it. Hit that one on the fall. Another nice keeper. Right in about that 10 to 11 range. Can't complain with any of that. Beautiful fish. I just want to say thank you to all the new subscribers that we've had recently this last month of March and going into April. We've had a really nice jump. I think we added about 150 new people to the channel. So thank you guys for watching so much. Appreciate all your support. Really helps me keep going and supports me to continue to do more videos like this for you. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave a thumbs up down below. I'll be making sure to do more of them. You guys have been liking them previously, so I wouldn't know why you would stop now, but if you guys are interested in more kayak fishing stuff, let me know in the comments below. And as always, explore deeper. There's more out there. Tight lines, everybody. We'll catch you on the next one.